Hey, welcome to Weld.com, home of TIG time. Hi, I'm Mr. TIG, and we're going to start doing some videos on semi-automatic and automatic welding systems. Now, they don't have to be very expensive, and we just want to start off with a very rudimentary type of a system, and we're going to call it do-it-yourself. You know, you already have a power supply, or you may need a power supply, but I'm going to take just a little project like here. I've got two tubes, and they're stainless steel, and they're 16 gauge material, 062 wall thickness. Now, if I were hand welding this, not a problem. You could hand weld it. You can put it on a couple of V blocks and turn it, weld it, turn it, weld it, turn it, weld it. But what if I have 100 of these? Or what if I have 1,000 of these? You know, what's a good, easy way to weld these? Well, I'm going to demonstrate this by using off-the-shelf items. Okay, now when I say off-the-shelf, I'm going to weld these at about 40 amps. So I'm going to use a very inexpensive welding machine. This is an inverter. This is my MT125. It goes up to 125 amps. So even though it's considered light duty, I'm welding light duty. I can do repetitive welds over and over again. Man, I want to do a shout out to MK Products because they've provided us this turntable. And what's really nice about this turntable is that it's digital and it gives you an RPM reading. So you don't have to calculate your inches per minute. Once you figure everything out, you know, a lot of it's just eyesight, and you just like a certain speed you like to run, then you just evaluate it on RPMs, and you can set it here digitally. Also, this thing has a button on it and allows me to rotate one direction or counterclockwise the other direction. So very simple setup. I've got a torch stand here, and it's got a double rack. And when I say a rack, I can turn the knob here and I can lift the torch. This is my standard hand torch. I've got a flex head TIG torch, and I've just got the angle of the torch, you know, sweeping upright. So I've got myself a semi-automatic welding system. I can run this axis in and out as far as I want, and you can get these all in different lengths, you know, so when you go to buy these things, you can buy them in different sizes and shapes. But so this is just a very standard setup, very easy to use. Let's go ahead. I'll put my gear on. There's really not a lot of gear to put on. All I'm going to do is I have a foot control back here, and again, simple. I'm going to hit the foot control and I'm going to max it out. I'm just going to stand here, max it out, and you're going to see, I think I've got it set at 40 amps. As soon as I get a slight pause, I'm just going to hit the button and the rotation will start. And all you have to do is watch for the overlap, and then your foot pedal is your ramp off. Okay, so you don't want to just stop abruptly. As soon as you overlap, just back off your foot control and you won't leave a crater crack. And it's that easy. So you don't have to be a skilled welder. You just need to know how to push a button and use a foot control. And this is a total unsophisticated system. And we'll get into more detail on different power supplies and up slopes and down slopes, but you don't need anything. If you're asking, what does a system like this cost? Well, it's not a system. It's just off-the-shelf items. In total, I'm looking at about $7 grand total. Now, if I get into a more sophisticated weldment and I need to add filler, I'll add that. And we're going to show you on several shows down the road. So we're going to get into pick and choose. If you need this, buy this. If you need this, buy this separate. And it's just going to be that simple for you. So let me get started. All I'm going to do is, I don't even have my sleeves on. I'm that far away from the weld, so I'm not going to get radiant heat. I'm just going to watch it from here. And I've set the distance of my tungsten. You know, it's about the distance of the thickness of a quarter. You know, so my voltage will be running right around 10 volts. But all I have to do is turn my machine on. I can hear the power supply on. I'm going to start the arc. I'm going to watch it start. As soon as I see the puddle initiate, then I'm going to hit just this button right here, and we're going to be automatic welding. So here's the arc start, and I see a puddle. So I've got rotation going. You know, this little machine doesn't have pulsing, but I don't need it for this application. And I'm going to introduce other power supplies that will do that. Okay, again, I'm looking for 360 degrees. I'm just about there. Okay, and I can see that I just overlapped my weld, so I back off on a foot control, just like driving a car, and I have totally terminated my weld, and it's done. So I'm going to repeat that action. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Okay, one part down. Let's go with the second one. And it really is just that fast. I got a puddle. I hit the button for rotation and away we go. I think this rotation, I don't have it timed exactly, but total rotation is about 30 seconds. So if you start calculating your cost per minute of welding or cost per part of welding, automation is just really the way to go. Okay, I can see the weld coming up from behind. I can see the weld overlapping 360 degrees, and I'm just going to tail out. I'm using my foot control, and I've tailed out, and I've got 0 amperage there at the end, and that's it. I mean, it's that quick. So I stopped the rotation. And again, I really want to do a shout out to the guys from MK. Now, we're getting ready to do a Fab Tech show in Chicago, and I invite all of you to go into their booth and see some of these operations going on. We're going to continue. We're going to add things. We're going to add automatic voltage controls. We're going to do some orbital welding on the show. So if you have a preference or if you have a project, please contact us. We'll take a look at it and possibly actually do it right here on the show. We'll develop the parameters for you. So thank you for watching TIG Time. I'm Mr. TIG.